I just want to come out and say to all of the people who thought my last video on this game wasn't satire, I get it. Whenever I would see comments saying that people act like that video's caricature in real life unironically, I thought they were just being hyperbolic. But yeah, they weren't lying. If you guys don't know, the contender for world's worst AAA company, Blizzard Entertainment, came out with a tweet announcing a new Pride event. After I clicked on a link to it, I immediately deduced that this was a desperate attempt at damage control. I mean, the game's been out for 7 years, and while they did have their Pride moments, they've never had an entire Pride event until now. I mostly don't care because Blizzard's presence is nowhere near my hard drive anymore, and we all know that they won't keep up their support for Pride the moment midnight hits June 30th, but I wanted to see if I could get a bit of a laugh out of the replies there, because the content rollout for this event as a whole isn't even all that despite how desperate they are. Just some new cosmetics, a rainbow midtown, and a new short story confirming Farrah as lesbian and Baptiste as bi. I was just about to grab a drink and watch the chaos ensue, but what I discovered was nothing short of bewilderment. Almost every single comment is giving Blizzard nothing but praise. Not only that, but the ones who rightfully accuse Blizzard of making this a flex seal for the PvE debacle are looked at as haters. Comments are full of drones, as usual. This is cool AF though, really nice to see. It'd be nice if it was actually genuine wanting the characters to represent something, rather than every time there's a scandal. Representation is representation. Am I still disappointed with how Overwatch 2 is being developed? Yes, 100%. However, it's still really cool that there is representation. Oftentimes, people bring this up as a roundabout way of basically saying that they wish it wasn't in the game at all. If deep down you didn't have an issue with this, it wouldn't matter how or when it's put in the game. No one is saying you can't have flaws with it. It's just nice to see positive depictions of alphabet soup individuals regardless. This is one of the more reasonable responses, but to say that the replier asking for genuine representation is just a roundabout way for saying that they never wanted it at all is nothing but disingenuous, because there are genuine examples of representation that receive nothing but widespread praise. But the irony in that is the fact that when representation is genuine, it's never displayed as representation. It's just displayed as a normal thing, like it should be. Of course, there will be exceptions to the rule. Some people are just stupid. But generally, especially nowadays, nobody cares enough about representation to denounce it every single time it appears. The problem in this case, and many other cases like it, is that Blizzard is obviously using this to soften the blow that the PvE cancellation dealt, which is why he referred to it as a get-out-of-jail-free card. Your response literally proves this point. There are also a bunch of responses that sound like they were inspired by my aforementioned satirical take. I suppose it's a lot easier making gay characters than it is making a PvE game. Dogs comparing writing a story to making a game that could take years, obligatory skullface. Well, funny, cause they did have years. 4 to be exact. And they still canceled it, so... Find something better to do than hate gay people. All he said was he liked pancakes. Where in the tweet did he say that he hated waffles? I don't even have words for this one. The rest of it is just people going around saying that this is a win for them, and that's fine and all, you do you. I'm not gonna get too bent out of shape over this, making some deep dive into the mind of the superfan or anything. Sometimes even if it's at the detriment of your favorite games, you just gotta live and let live. This is probably gonna be the last time I mention Blizzard because I simply don't have the energy to fight for what I can't control anymore. Overwatch will probably never die, Diablo 4 will probably make billions, Blizzard will probably never pay for their crimes, but if there's one thing that is true, it's that Kiriko's feet might actually be the thing that brings them out of the trenches.